this is the beginning. I'm getting started here. What I'm going to be doing is I ended up going to Menards, and I'm sure this is going to work. I've done things like this before and made screens out of this. I bought what is called top rail posts for fencing. And as you can see, if you look really close here, you can see the one end is actually a little narrower, so you can put that inside the other end. Now these end up being 10.5 feet, 10 foot 6 inches, 10 foot 5 inches, something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these in half and then stick the one in the other. And the reason I'm going to do that is to cut them down to 5 feet so they can be portable. That way I can fit them inside my car, my vehicle, whatever. The only thing that's a bummer is I don't have a case for them, so the easiest thing to do would be to buy some sort of duffel bag that's approximately 5 foot long, maybe even a bag that you would get for your typical tripod stands here. That's a little bit shorter than what I would probably need, but anyway, you could probably find one. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make them 10 foot by 10 foot. Now ideally, with the screen being low to the ground, and then of course your seating height from about sitting level, what you're going to view if you're sitting down from this height, you're going to need the screen to be at least 4 feet off the ground, more than likely. So I'm going to end up with about a 6 foot by 10 foot viewing area. And the reality is I'm probably going to make it 5.5 feet. You're going to want to be up a little bit so that you can get above people's heads so you can see the screen. So anyway, without getting too much more in depth, I know I've wasted about 10 minutes here. Sorry, my finger was in the way. Got my music playing over here on my little desktop. I got my 2 projectors. One of them here, I'll grab it out here. This projector here is called a Proxima 6850. As you can see, it's fairly large. This is my hand. It's a fairly decent sized projector. It's rated at 1800 lumens, and if you want to compare it to another projector that I have here, it's an Acer. As you can see, size wise, that Acer is a lot smaller. Lumens wise, the Acer is actually a little brighter. It's a little newer. This Proxima projector is about 15, I think, or 20 years old, and when it was purchased new, I think the retail price was $18,000. Yes, that's correct, $18,000. The cool thing about it is it actually has picture-in-picture capabilities, even though I've never used that. I'll show you the inputs here on the side. It's got all kinds of inputs. As you'll see here, got your S-video, composite, audio in and out, USB if you want, and then it's got audio in, audio out there as well. It's got your VGA in and your VGA out if you want to, what should I say, loop, or you want to connect this to another one, you can just automatically do that. And then you've got number 2 here. Yep, you can see my scratches. Number 2 here, that's your picture-in-picture if you're going to do a second input, obviously. And that's about it. It's your standard projector. It's pretty big. I got very lucky on this. I ended up picking this up for, I think, $150. And I believe the bulb life in it, there's only about 10 or 15% of it used. So I've got a lot of bulb life left. Anyway, I'm in the market to get some more projectors, and but anyway, I'll show you what's done here after I get done. All my equipment, I got my pop, my tools, some of my speakers. I have to admit, anybody out there that's looking at speakers, these old JBLs I got for $175 as well, and I think retail new was about $400 a piece. And I've used and abused them. Unfortunately, I've even dropped them a few times, and to be honest, they just keep on working. So I've gotten very lucky. I've actually dropped them many times, and luckily the drivers haven't gone out of them.